There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break. So make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.
All right. Well, as promised, I'm going to continue with films of the year 1991. Still smoking this Ramon Alones specially selected. In fact, I've still got the same mug of Mellow Birds from the last time. It's gone kind of cold. This makes it the first Mellow Birds to carry over 2 different episodes, but kind of lukewarm at this point. But still enjoying the cigar. Very much enjoying film of the year 1991. So let's continue.
Elephants. Now, one of the most worrying aspects of the year, especially as far as Hollywood is concerned, is that for the first time the cinema has not shown itself to be recession-proof. In the Depression era of the 1930s, people escaped their worries by flocking to the movies, but this year they've been staying away, very possibly wasting their spare cash on luxuries like food. From New York, Tom Brooke reports.
These are hard times in Hollywood. The stars still go out, not to lavish premieres, but to what resembles a soup kitchen for a plate of rice and cup of water. This was all part of a publicity gimmick, a Hollywood hunger banquet to dramatize the inequity of the world's food distribution.
It makes you understand that there's more to life than, you know, the billions of dollars that they say are being lost in the...
What a bunch of wankers. Oh, let's laugh as being poor people for a day to highlight global inequality. Let's keep politics out of Mellow Moments, shall we?
film industry.
Indeed, it's not world famine that's rocked Hollywood this year, but the recession. Even those stars with big hits have noticed that overall box office attendance in 1991 declined.
Nobody's got any money. That's pretty simple. Yeah, I mean, there's such a dichotomy going on right now, particularly in America. The rich are terribly rich, the poor are terribly poor. There's no middle class anymore. I don't think it's just Hollywood. I think it's everywhere.
With hard times, thousands have found they can't afford to go to the movies.
I think movies are ridiculously expensive.
People in the film industry have always liked to tell themselves that the film industry is depression-proof and recession-proof, and this is perhaps the first time when that's not been the case. So I think that has added a great deal to the nervousness of a lot of the executives around, that all of a sudden everyone is vulnerable, all the old assumptions are off.
What about this?
Studios began to consider that the audience was maybe staying away because many movies were badly conceived. There were some out-and-out disasters, like Hudson Hawk. There's a growing perception that too many films are being developed on a corporate whim by executives with half-baked ideas.
Well, I think it's important to a lot of people that, you know, they're to hang on to their...
Based, Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman is cool. Oh, well, I think it's really... He's just got a great voice, hasn't he?
Jobs, and they hang on to their jobs by having things called ideas.
By having things called... I mean, he doesn't even need to move his lips to talk. Awesome.
You know, I had a great idea this morning. Oh, yeah, what was yours? This was mine. And then somehow you've got a movie at the end of that.
Unhappy, darling.
Oh, yes.
After a dull year, the Christmas season, a time when Hollywood traditionally earns a big share of overall revenue, brought great expectations. The season got off to an excellent start with The Addams Family. The arrival of Spielberg's Hook generated great interest, but its early performance at the box office wasn't as strong as expected. Despite a last-minute flurry of excitement over the heavily promoted Christmas movies, the prevailing mood at many of the big Hollywood studios this year has been one of gloom and doom. With box office attendance down, the high-spending days of the 1980s appear to be over. Studios are cutting costs, and the new order of the day in Hollywood is to make everything lean and mean.
Everyone in Hollywood perceives themselves as born-again cost cutters, but the proof of the pudding will ultimately be in the results.
The big studios have nervously noted that the moneymakers of 1991, the blockbusters, City Slickers, Terminator 2 and Robin Hood all came from the leaner, independent production companies.
If we believe in a film, we go make it. And we don't look for board approval. We don't look to pass it through 5 or 6 or 4 layers of bureaucracy.
Studios have been trying to cut back bureaucracy, and people are losing their jobs.
It's sometimes a very devastating emotional experience.
It's over.
This top Hollywood headhunter had to install extra filing cabinets to house the hundreds of letters he receives each week from people laid off by the recession.
I have never seen it quite as bad as this one.
One studio, Orion Pictures, has just filed for bankruptcy protection. Another spent the year narrowly avoiding going under. Others have parent companies overwhelmed by debt. With box office in decline and production costs skyrocketing, studio chiefs are more than a little jittery.
As the pictures they've spent money on are about to be released, they're nervous wrecks. They feel terrible. There's sleep anxiety. They look terrible, and you can feel the pressure.
Those in front of the camera are going to have to take a pay cut too. But it's not going to affect megastars like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Julia Roberts, despite her lackluster year.
For actors, producers, writers, and directors who are in that awkward middle ground where they've coattailed up the price structure but haven't really delivered the commensurate value, for those people, I think their prices are already being cut.
The one encouraging thing that can come out of this period of uncertainty is that they're no longer proven examples to follow. They're not cranking out sequels to every movie that comes out now. I think they're going to have to look harder to find interesting material to make films out of. And that's the one hope I get out of this period of gloom and doom.
And a fair bit of gloom around, as you can see. There are even rumours circulating that some Hollywood movie makers have been reduced to taking their mistresses off the payroll. On the brighter side, however, this has been a pretty good year for actresses. In an unusual number of films, not all of them much cop admittedly, women have been the protagonists while men have taken the customary female role of flapping their hands in the background. Pictures that come to mind include Postcards from the Edge with Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine, The Grifters with Angelica Houston and Annette.
There was a film called The Grifters. I haven't seen that. Now, I should mention that the RAS is developing really nicely here. It's developed a kind of, how could I describe it? Kind of almost like gingerbread undercurrent. Maybe gingerbread's not right, but kind of like a deep biscuit is in there somewhere. Hint of cinnamon, perhaps. Let's take another drag and yeah, very, very pleasant cigar. Of course, I don't buy my cigars in the UK anymore. I have a special technique. I have a special method of acquiring my Cubans these days. And, well, if you know, you know.
Benning, Sleeping with the Enemy. Not much of a movie, but a strong central role for Julia Roberts. Woody Allen's Alice, starring Mia Farrow. Mermaids with Cher and Winona Ryder. Rambling Rose with Laura Dern. And Glenn Close in David Putnam's ambitious Euro production, Meeting Venus. But the best of them was Thelma and Louise, in which Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis set out for a weekend break on the run from domestic boredom and finish up on the run from the law. It frightened the life out of American men who simply can't come to terms with the alarming idea that women might choose to control their own destinies without any help from someone in trousers.
Well, how's that worked out for you, American women? How's it worked out for you?
Thelma and Louise is the fourth film in my top 10.
Drive, Louise! Drive! Drive the car! Be my man! Go! Go! Go, 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 go! What happened? You robbed the store? Oh, the goddamn store? Well, we needed the money. Oh, it's not like I killed anybody, for God's sake. Thelma, I'm sorry. We needed the money. Now we have it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, Thelma. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, shit. Come on, get a grip. Yeah, let's go to Mexico, will you?
More kind of horrible American Hollywood liberation theology here. But this is Mellow Moments. Let's keep the politics out of it, friends. Relax. Breathe. Don't worry. Let the aroma of the ras wash over you.
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, how'd you, I mean, what'd you say? Well, I just waltzed on in there and I said,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a robbery. Now, if nobody loses their head, nobody will lose their head. Simon said, y'all lie down on the floor, please, right away. You too. Ma'am, would you get down? Not you, sir. Let's see who'll win a prize for keeping their cool. Sir, would you do the honors? Take all the cash out of that drawer, put it in a paper bag.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna have an amazing story to tell all your friends. If not, you'll have a tag on your toe. You decide. All right, hurry up. Let's go. Ma'am, would you be quiet? Sir, sit down, please. Thank you. Just stay there. Just get real comfortable. Hey, some bottles of wild turkey, too, will you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you get down, too?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your cooperation. Now stay down on the floor till I'm gone. Have a good day.
Jesus Christ.
Good God.
My Lord.
Well, that film was directed by Ridley Scott, who is British, and indeed British directors and performers have done rather well this year. Not in Britain, of course. We don't really have a film industry in Britain, but in America. Kenneth Branagh went there to direct.
Thanks, Maggie. Okay. Hey, get a hold of yourself, please. Stop talking about politics. Keep the politics out of Mellow Moments. Telling you what, it's the film industry. Maybe film 91's not mellow enough. Okay, I'm not going to finish watching this. We'll do another few minutes, but we'll skip to next show. We'll do something else because this is not mellow enough, friends.
Direct and star in Dead Again. Stephen Frears made The Grifters. John Schlesinger made Pacific Heights. Adrian Lyne made Jacob's Ladder, while Michael Caton-Jones directed Michael J. Fox in Doc Hollywood, and Mick Jackson was Steve Martin's director for L.A. Story. On the other side of the camera, Jeremy Irons was in Reversal of Fortune, Anthony Hopkins starred in Desperate Hours as well as The Silence of the Lambs, and Timothy Dalton appeared in Rocketeer. Albert Finney starred in Miller's Crossing, and Sean Connery in Highlander 2, though he might want...
No, Jennifer Connelly's in that film, The Rocketeer. I went to see that in the cinema, ladies and gentlemen, due to my undying love for Miss Connelly. I mean, I grew up watching The Labyrinth over and over and over again. Of course, she was always my dream girl.
To forget that. Lenny Henry, Rick Mayall and Robbie Coltrane also made movies in America with, let us tactfully say, for this is still the season of goodwill, varying degrees of success. But for me, and Hopkins apart, the British Actor of the Year is Alan Rickman, who turned up just about everywhere.
Just a minute. Robin Hood steals money from my pocket, forcing me to hurt the public. And they love him for it?
Some men are born in the wrong century. I think I was born on the wrong continent.
He's cool. Alan Rickman is cool, let's face it. I really love him.
So who is it?
You tell me.
I don't know.
I don't believe that.
Look, if this is a problem, these are my friends, Nina. No, okay, I'll send them away, sure.
I think Alan Rickman acted the socks off Costner in Robin Hood, though I did say at the time that his over-the-top performance really belonged in a different film. So when I met him in Wardour Street the other day and told him I admired his work, he called me a liar. Well, now I'm here to prove him wrong. But let's move on to my choice of film number 5, The Commitments, which by nice coincidence was also made by British director Alan Parker, though once again with American money. It's the story of the brief, hilarious but inglorious career of an Irish soul band in Dublin.
Can you sing that sort of stuff?
sing anything. It's not the singing, it's how he does it. The showmanship, brilliant. I'm not doing that, I'll kneecap myself. He's hurt, look, they're helping him off.
I have to take a moment, this is Mellow Moments, to appreciate this moment here. Watching film 91, under the stars, under the barren trees, like blind Willie McTell, smoking one of my favorite Cuban cigars, with an audience of friends. I say friends. Are we really friends? Well, that's a deep philosophical question. Not a sort of question we should ask on Mellow Moments, really. Struggling to keep things mellow, friends, but this is actually a genuine mellow moment.
What'll I do now? Bring on a substitute? It's the act, lads. Watch.
5 minutes, Jimmy, and you have to
How
go.
are you, gorgeous?
That one's short.
That's what you got to measure up to, lads. Do you not think, what? Well, like, maybe we're a little white for that kind of thing. Do you not get it, lads? The Irish are the blacks of Europe, and Dubliners are the blacks of Ireland. And the Northside Dubliners are the blacks of Dublin. So say it once, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Well, now.
Amazing scene.
Now, at this vaguely halfway point, let's look back over the movie news of the year.
This is as high as it goes. I mean, this has been a month of awards. I was prepared, but always surprised.
Based Mary Whitehouse. Do you know what? I'm enjoying this too much. I think we're going to finish it next episode. We're going to, even if it takes 4 or 5 episodes, we're going to watch all of film 91, friends. All right, so let me remember the time on the clock, 23:34. Join me again tomorrow as we watch more film 91 on Mellow Moments.
There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break, so make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.